Hey, what's up? It's the November wrap up.
I was gonna say it's not November anymore, Joe.
No, it's not.
It's already behind us. It's behind. The headlights are past it already.
Oh man, yeah. I'm like a fucking deer in headlights because I'm just like, where is all the time going? But yeah, it was a good month. It was a really good month. It was a really fun month. Obviously, because we're all still decked out in the Ghostbusters outfits.
I had to wear it one more time for the show. Finish out the whole month, the Ghostbusters month, our series of Ghostbusters related content in the costumes. We had to do
costumes,
it, right?
Yeah. We've talked about it before, but we've been like waiting to have our own flight suits for 30 or 34 years, and it's just like, all right, now I got it. I'm so content.
I wanted it before I knew I wanted it. I was like in the womb still. I was like, I can't wait to get this when I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, with your umbilical cord holding it, and like shooting in it.
Obviously,
of course. Yeah. So November and Ghostgiving, Ghostbusters month. Holy shit! It's been a whirlwind of goodness. And nostalgia, yeah, but there's also all that good stuff that comes with it.
Sure, I mean, there's always a little nostalgia sprinkled in on this show regardless, But when it comes to Ghostbusters, that's like peak, I think, for both of us.
We like that little cozy blanket, but, that never affects our opinions, let's put it that way. There's still one more special Ghostbusters thing. I just want to let you all know real quick. We'll get it out of the way before we get into this, but there's still one more special Ghostbusters video that we put together for you guys. It's not a movie review. It's Ghostbusters content, but it's movie dumpster Ghostbuster content, right? So, you all saw that video that we put out to introduce the month where John Hurt turned off the fucking the MDU containment unit on us, and everybody got out of the dumpster. Well,
where did they end up?
Where did they go? Who caught them and who put them back in the can?
Who was fast and who was slow? I don't know.
The Dumpsterbusters.
Maybe.
So stay tuned for that.
I see what you're putting down. Yeah.
We were working on it for a couple weeks, and we were just trying to get it done. So it should be done tomorrow for you guys. If not, at the latest Tuesday. But I'm holding it to tomorrow, so it should be a nice little cap off into the next event month, which we will get to later.
Yeah, and I don't want to toot our own horns a little too early, but this video is a fucking trip. With that said,
it's probably one of the best things that I've done professionally, personally.
Okay,
and I think it's gonna be very fun to share with everybody.
I don't want to say too much at the expense of accidentally saying too much.
Oh no, sure. But even with Sean, I think it's one of the best videos that we've ever done, like in the history of working together for however fucking
especially for
15
MD
years.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, it's MD too, but I even
beyond that, sure.
MD and beyond. But very excited. So very excited to share that with you guys. But
we got a lot of people in the chat, by the way.
Holy shit! What is cooking? Who do we got here? Let's see.
I'm in there. I was in there for a hot second.
We got Ollie Ray Chevy. What's going on? We got Serge in there. We got Johnny Blue. Victor the Third. Where's the first and second? I don't know. We got Julie. We got Sean Kelly. What's up, dude? We got Ryder Huey. Giant Preen Mantis. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
Ken Smith. Paranorman.
The whole crew's here.
There's 20 motherfuckers in this chat, and there's only a handful talking. So get on your fucking keyboard and start talking to us. This is what this is for.
Yeah. Fan interaction,
right?
Getting to learn, learn. Meet you guys, talk to you guys. This is kind of what we've been doing for going on almost 12 months now. Holy cow.
Dude, I feel a couple live shows back, I was like, holy shit, we've been doing this for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's a long time.
But I actually added up all the episodes recently, just out of morbid curiosity. I was like, how much content have we created this year so far?
A lot.
And minus like Trick or Trash promos and all that, just like straight episodes, commentary tracks, watch-alongs, like that kind of stuff. My count is at 77 or 70, or 75. It's somewhere in there. I have it written down on my phone. I'm not going to look at it.
Like review commentary episodes?
Commentary, watch-along.
Oh, wow.
Live shows.
Holy
it's like somewhere in the 70s. Kind of crazy when you think about it.
Is that the most we've done in a year? No, it can't be. No, I think
straight episodes. I think we've done seasons that have had way more main episodes.
Yeah.
But because we're doing Talks from the Dark Side, we're doing live shows, we're doing watch-alongs.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, you could check out all those watch-alongs, including ones we're going to talk about in a little bit. We did last month over on our Patreon.
I just want to say hello. We got Brendan in there. We got Jenna.
What's going on, Jenna?
What's up, Rebecca? How's everybody doing?
I'm gonna crack this bad
Crack
boy
it open. What do we got? Look, December is well underway, and it's been Christmas in my house for the past 2 months. So
I can't say that. A couple weeks though in the O'Rourke household for sure.
We like to start early. You know, we enjoy it.
I get it.
And when you come into our house, it's like a fucking Christmas tree shops. Not even. You know what it's like if you've ever been
It's
to
like fucking Tim Allen Santa Claus when you walk in. I'm waiting for Bernard to pop out of like a fucking curtain.
Oh, he's in the fucking closet, dude. He's gonna make us some hot chocolate later.
That we need
shaken nuts.
I don't know if next year or this year we need to do that movie, but maybe the year after we need to do some Tim Allen's The Santa Claus because I have some thoughts about that film.
Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about Trash in the Snow this year.
We'll get to that.
But as far as Christmas goes, I got this delicious ship bottom abominable snow monster ale. That is the fucking Bumble kicking it on a fucking beach chair on an iceberg. Yukon Cornelius's little iceberg, and he's floating in the back there.
Looks like Huey's on the side there. Was that his name? Huey the elf?
Hermie. Yeah, so I went to go. So speaking of Ghostbusters, I went to go get that Ecto Cooler IPA from Ship Bottom that they put out. That was like super limited. So I went to go get it. They didn't have any. But I was talking to the chick, and she was like, "Oh, well, yeah, you ever have this?" And I'm like, "No, but I like a good, dark, strong ale." So this is Ship Bottom's Abominable Snowman Ale is basically like Ship Bottom's version of Trogs's Mad Elf.
Oh, okay.
Where like Mad Elf is like the high ABV ale with the cherries and honey and stuff, and this has honey, sugar plums, figs, and cherries, and it's really fucking good and strong, and it is definitely gonna be a staple winter warmer for me this month for sure.
And before I get into what Joe supplied me with, Rebecca, it was Halloween in my house up until the last possible minute. Pretty much up until like I said 2 weeks ago. Now we got the tree up, we got the lights out on the balcony.
Well, yeah, you also got to understand Halloween never ends in our house. Other seasons come and blow in, but if you saw on Instagram today, we asked if you guys saw that new Texas Chainsaw trailer. I posted a picture of my Leatherface action figure with the Santa hat. Every fucking horror maniac that I have has a little Santa hat or a scarf, courtesy of my wife, and we put hats on everything in the house. But yeah, like it's always Halloween, 365.
And just to circle back around on that beautiful note, Joe gave me a little, what is this?
Oh, yeah.
Rusty Rail Brewery?
Yeah. They're really good. Do you remember when we went to the drive-in for VHS Fest and we had I brought Fool's Gold?
Vaguely. I remember whatever I drank was very good.
It's a peanut butter. They make one called Fool's Gold called a peanut butter. It's a peanut butter porter. It's really fucking good. But
okay, so what is in this? This is obviously a little bit of a riff on Stranger Things called the Giant Upside Down. It's a pineapple upside down cake milkshake IPA. Yes, please. Yes, have some.
Are you enjoying it?
I have yet to sip it.
Oh, here you go. Here we go. Waited with bated breath.
It's a winner.
It's delicious.
It is a winner. I love me some pineapple upside down cake. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure many folks in the chat can probably agree. It is a delicious cake. It is no strawberry shortcake, Joe, but it is delicious nonetheless.
I'm a cake. Well, I'm a pie guy.
I like both. I mean, I like
both.
food. I'm not gonna lie.
No, this is true. I'll eat it all. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Carrot cake. I'm looking.
Well, I don't want to fuck it. This isn't American Pie. We don't have Jason Biggs and waiting in the wings like Bernard.
I don't know.
I'm aware of.
I don't know.
I'll take Eugene Levy though.
I can't remember if I've ever had a pie that was so delicious that I wanted to fuck it. But
I mean, that pumpkin pie from Wegmans, really keep it local here to the Pennsylvania area. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'd really stick my willy in it, but it's tempting.
You slip a little fucking Cool Whip on there, now you're talking. Right on the tip of the old dingo?
Hey, I said in our Ghostbusters 2 watch along, what are they slooping that slime on there? Just same principle, Joe.
Well, there you go, man. Oh, so yeah, I do want to talk about November. Yeah. I mean, we did a lot of shit. But I was thinking we could talk about like maybe some movies that we recently seen, some new stuff.
Because I know we are trying to change this live show format a little bit.
Well, yeah, we don't want to just talk at you this shit that we did all month. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about it, but I don't want to be like, and then we watched a movie and we talked about it and it was funny and you were there and you were there and you were there. So, and again, this is more to just fucking hang and like ask us questions and stuff. You know, we're here to hang with you. We're taking time to sit down and get together on a fucking Sunday and kick it, you know?
Yeah, we always love questions. Like, drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
If we miss you, we'll get to you, or just keep fucking dropping it in there until we notice.
Until we know. And we usually take, if we're talking, we usually go back and check it. But...
Johnny Blue's putting up his movie dumpster ornament this year.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, there's a few folks that got those.
Yes.
A very select few. So that they're very special.
They are.
So
you were talking
movies that new movies.
I mean, I've seen a few. I don't know if you had one on the tip of your tongue you wanted to get out there.
Well, so there was a couple that I was just trying to go through, and the thing now, like all of the, because usually I rip stuff depending on what it is, right? You hear me out.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff is coming out in theaters, so I didn't get a chance to go see like Antlers or anything like that I really wanted to go check out.
They are really pushing that hard now. I mean,
I know.
I guess I understand it, but when I don't want to steal your thunder, I'll let you
No,
finish.
you're
But
good.
when I went to the theater recently, they have that ridiculous fucking Nicole Kidman AMC commercial. I'm like, I'm already here. You already got my money. I don't need to be coaxed back. Like, leave that on the TV. Like, I don't need that.
You need to go and get some fucking popcorn and watch your private theater movie here with me, Nicole Kidman. And it's like, bitch, you have your own fucking theater in your house. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe not.
She got paid. I get it. It's just a gig. But
Sure.
I was just like, I'm already in the seat. I don't need. You got me, man.
Tell your friends. Tell them Nicole Kidman sent you.
Yeah.
So we were trying to catch up on streaming stuff. My wife and I, we sit down at the end of the night every night and we watch something before we go to bed, or at least part of something. Mm-hmm. A lot of the Great British Bake Off, which I fucking love that show. But we watched VHS 94.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't a big fan of those films.
What is this, the third one?
It's the fourth one.
Oh my God.
I think. I've cooled on it a little bit. I originally got pissed off because it was like, why are these fucking things on tape? We're not actually shooting like on a VHS camera or something, which is kind of neat to me. However, there are some great shorts within that whole series of movies. And particularly VHS 94 is more good than bad. I don't really care for the wraparound. It's kind of weird and doesn't make any sense to me, but in a vacuum, the stories are really good because it's an anthology. I love anthologies. So yeah, it was pretty good. Like I really like the first one. It deals with like this rat monster in a fucking sewer. Oh man,
how big is this rat? By the way, I gotta ask.
Oh, it's a fucking giant rat. Okay,
Peter Weller's not taking this one out.
I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen it.
I know it is fairly new,
but there's that, and there's just like the last story is like this really. It's like a fucking it's like a Trumper vampire story.
Okay,
where it's pretty clever, like the story itself, and the way that they do it is kind of cool. I know, again, without spoiling too much, it was a little long. I feel like some of the other ones could have been a little bit longer, especially that first one, like the rat one I was talking about. But it was pretty good. And then there was a geez, forgive me, I don't know what country it is, but it was a foreign director doing it in for VHS, and it was almost like a Frankenstein's Army kind of thing. But picture like done.
That's not a glowing endorsement for me personally,
but done in like a Asian horror.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'd have to see it.
It was really good. It was kind of like if like I don't know, if Silent Hill met Frankenstein's Army like on the set of what's that movie where there's all POV?
Cloverfield?
No. Yeah, it's like a POV movie. It's Super Stan or fucking whatever that fucking thing
Super
was.
8?
No, man, where the guy, it's like all first person, the whole movie.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I forgot the
I
name
wish
of
I
it.
could help you out.
It was the trailer with the fucking Queen song. Hardcore Henry, there you go. Thank you,
that's
Ryder
like a video
Huey.
game, right? Hardcore Henry, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but it was a movie, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, but it's like a first-person shooter. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good. And then we watched, of all the fucking things, I was so curious. I had my morbid curiosity of Paranormal Activity 4. Or, no, Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, which I think is 5, right? I think so.
I haven't seen a single one of those
movies.
It
was streaming. I saw it. I was like, oh, shit. All right. Fuck it. Let's check it out, because it was, like, snowy, and, it was starting to get cold out. We were like, fuck it. Let's watch it. And my wife loves found footage movies, too, so that was why we watched, live stream both of them. But that ended up being pretty fucking good, because it's like a soft reboot sequel. But it was.
Because I know that series kind of goes like, just what I do know about it is it gets kind of crazy with like witch kind of ritual stuff.
Well, yeah. So it's very like witchcraft-esque, Puritan-esque, trying to keep a. I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay, yeah.
It's good. It's fine. It's fine and fun. Check it out.
A reference for any Hack the Movies fans out there.
but seriously, it's just fun. It's fine and fun. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a couple things recently. I don't know.
What did you see?
I saw House of Gucci with my wife. That was her pick. We went to go see it. It's actually a pretty interesting kind of, again, it's Ridley Scott, so there's obviously some artistic, what's the term, freedom in there.
Okay.
And it's also based on like a tell-all that a reporter wrote. But it's basically, what the hell happened with the Gucci family? How did Gucci go from where it was to where it is now?
Okay.
And all the weird and horrible shit that happened in between. And much like Joe said, it is a recent film, and a lot of this you could just look up because it's based on a true story, but...
Directed by Ridley Scott.
I gotta say, and I'm bad with the names, so I'm just gonna use the actors. Like, Lady Gaga's character, by the way, if you've seen this film or if you want to see this film, I gotta say, she does a good job. I wanted to jump... About halfway through this film, I was done with this woman. I was ready to jump through the fucking screen and rip her head off. And then I'm sitting there like, this shit really happened. This really... I mean, even if it's like played up for Hollywood, like, I couldn't believe some of this shit this woman was doing. Just... I'll give an example because I don't want to spoil it, but...
Sure.
It's basically she keeps trying to get into the business because it's like she just wants her husband to make more money. But she's like conniving about it, so she keeps stabbing like relatives in the back.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And, pushing
like
him.
you do.
Yeah, so, Al Pacino's great in it. He plays like the uncle, and Jared Leto plays like a cousin who's kind of like a character in and of himself, who's kind of muttering to himself constantly. I would recommend it, but not necessarily something we would always talk about on this show. And something that's a little bit more movie dumpster-esque, just for me personally, which I still... some capacity want to cover this maybe down the road, is the X-Files movie.
Oh, yeah, I need to revisit that.
Because, here's the thing with that, I will say. You can probably watch it as a standalone if you're familiar at least with the characters to a point.
I think so, right?
However, I've been in, and I've talked about this before on the live shows, but me and my wife, we've been kind of going through the series the last few months, and we got to the end of the 5th season, and that's where you're supposed to watch the movie, because at the end of the 5th season, basically... the X-Files get shut down because of something that happens.
Now, that's when Robert Patrick comes in, right?
No, that's 7. Season 7.
Oh, okay.
So the movie takes place in between that and 6, where it's reopened. And...
the X-Files have been opened again.
Yeah. And I gotta say, if you're an X-Files fan, I would highly recommend it if you, for some reason, missed it. But I feel like if you did and you've seen the whole series, you really missed some crucial information. Because there's basically Mulder's in a fucking spaceship under Antarctica trying to save Scully out of a fucking pod.
That's right.
It's pretty good. I mean, I don't want to like take too much time talking about the X-Files because again, I do want to, maybe sometime down the road, maybe do an episode covering this film and maybe some select X-Files episodes for Patreon. Possibly.
I would love to do that. Yeah, for sure. I would love to tackle the X-Files.
But man, this show is just, I don't think this is a hot take. But this has got to be one of my favorite shows ever.
I don't think so.
And
it's like Oscar award winning.
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
And
Oscar nominated.
It holds up really, really well.
Yeah.
And I just fucking David Duchovny, man. Mulder is just such a great character, and I guess that's kind of what I've been watching. I've been watching X-Files. I've been watching some Pen 15. If you've ever seen that, it's like a comedy show on Hulu.
Mm-mm.
But outside of that, not a whole lot of movies, to be honest. Those are kind of the two that come to mind. Ghostbusters, obviously.
Well,
we
talked
reviewed
about that.
that.
Oh, real quick, Rebecca said the last found footage film she watched was the McPherson tape. That movie fucking rules. Did you get the AGFA Blu-ray in that they put out? It's really good.
And I saw Giant Praying Mantis said it's not a new movie, but they just saw Blues Brothers in theaters for the first time.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool. I love Blues Brothers. That is probably one of my favorite like comedy films, and just the music is so good in that movie. That I haven't really like watched it in a few years, but that used to be one of my big go-tos that I would always put on. It's fucking hilarious.
It's a classic.
Yeah. Blues Brothers 2000 on the other hand, that could be just fucking burned. Send it into the sun.
Might be right for the show. We'll see.
Oh,
Maybe we'll
Christ.
revisit it. Who knows?
I have a lot to say about that movie if we ever pull the trigger on it. John Goodman, please no. Please.
Rebecca says she watched it on Shudder.
Oh, okay.
TM. Yeah, that just real quick, I just want to talk about McPherson tape because like that was like one of the first like UFO found footage esque like this is real. This is a real footage of a real abduction from this fucking house with this family. It's fucking creepy. If you turn down the lights and you turn the TV up and you don't have any distractions and you watch it, it's still effective, you know?
Well, that's like Fire. Was it Fire in the Sky?
Fire in the Sky.
When they actually do abduct that guy and they got like the cheese gloss over his face.
Oh my god, that's like one of the best
holy
parts.
Shit.
Somebody's in that movie. Who? What the fuck's his name? I forgot his name.
Maybe somebody in the chat could help us out with that.
I forgot.
I know there is a delay.
I forgot his name, but he plays Jack Frost in Jack Frost, which we'll get to later.
Oh God, I hope that guy right.
He's also going to be at a convention soon, and I'm bummed because either I missed it or it's coming up and I can't make it. But, what were we just talking about?
Movies that we saw recently.
Yeah.
I'm tapped.
So Chris Barr, my buddy Chris Barr that we do Talks from the Dark Side with, we used to have a company called Home Video Express, and it was like a gray market DVD, we'd bootleg shit that you couldn't get. And like a lot of those films now that have been put out from like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin and stuff, specifically Code Père Noël, dial code 965 code Santa Claus, which is called Deadly Games in the US. Vinegar Syndrome had put it out, and it's the movie that predates Halloween, where there's like a little French kid who protects his house against like a killer Santa Claus.
Oh, I remember you telling me about
We were gonna do it last year, and we didn't. And I can't remember why. We talked about it, but we never did it. And then I think Joe Bob did it, and we were like, fuck it, Joe Bob did it. Who gives a shit if we do it?
Right, at that point.
That being said, the beautiful restoration by Vinegar Syndrome, I got the 4K DVD. We watched that, or Blu-ray rather. We watched that, and that was Jules' first time. It's so funny because like you couldn't get that fucking movie, right?
But like The Kindred.
No, well, yeah, that too. But it was so hard to get. Plus, it was a foreign film. So like Chris like found this like really good rip, and I remember him staying up for like 2 days, like doing the subtitles because you couldn't get it. And we were like the only people who had the fucking disc. And I know a few of our friends had bought it and that still have it, but it's cool that now it's widely available for everybody to check out. And I think it's streaming as well, but yeah, what a great fucking movie. And it's just like beautifully shot. And it's a ton of fun. This little kid, if you haven't seen it, this little kid's got like this Rambo complex, and he like protects his
Jody.
It's great. No, but it's fun though because he's like
Uncle Sam.
He's like super smart, and he like has traps and shit, and he like has to protect his grandpa from a killer Santa and shit. It's great. It's really, really good. If you get a chance to see it, check it out. I know that Adriana Goldberg just put on a show at the Frank Banco Ale House. They just did it like yesterday, as of this live show. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it, but if you made it, that's great. Find it if you can. It's great. It's a great movie.
Serge, you're right. That kid does go on to become the kid from Terror Vision, or goes on to become Grandpa straight up.
Yeah.
He's taking care of business.
Right here, you said, I think Willy's Wonderland would be probably perfect for a review.
Maybe.
Isn't it like a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff?
Yes.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. That is like some new little kid shit that I don't know what that is.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Joe, but
right.
I wouldn't be opposed to doing that, at least for us. More of like maybe a watch along, or maybe a commentary, but I don't know. I just don't know if I would have enough to say about. I mean, I wouldn't totally rule anything out ever,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it's Nick Cage being Nick Cage, so sure.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to see? That movie Pig.
Pig. Oh, yeah.
Not-
I heard good things.
Not that old exploitation film, the new one with Nick Cage. And he has a pig, apparently. Oh, I also want to see Lamb as well.
Oh, with the half lamb, half human, or whatever
dude,
that
fucking
is.
sign me up for that. That's another one that I didn't get a chance to see because it was like in theaters. I don't know if it's streaming. There was something else that I wanted to see that's I wanted to see Shang-Chi. And then that's streaming.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't watched that yet, so. But yeah. So.
You want to talk a little bit about Ghostbusters?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Ghostbusters. Not that we're gonna fucking like go into the review that we did, but like, yeah, we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
And we liked it, and that's all we're gonna say. And if you liked it, great, and if you didn't, that's okay.
Yeah.
I
mean, listen to that review. I mean, we kind of lay it all on the table, the proverbial table.
Yeah, I mean, it was
where,
a good
where
time.
we're both coming from on that. And I mean, listen, I get where some people are coming from. But
Sure.
I listen to the first 5 minutes of that review where we kind of explain like why we don't agree with some of the negativity, but some of the other negativity that, you know, some people have. I get it.
Yeah,
They don't like the nostalgia bomb. I don't agree, but I guess I understand.
No, sure. Let me tie that together real quick.
Sure.
So I mentioned the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel that's coming out. Now it's the third direct sequel to the first movie, and we all know. I don't even have to tell you guys that the fucking series is troubled from 3 on. Even 2 had like a troubled production, but like,
Sure.
that is just something they just cannot fucking get right, and they just keep fucking making those movies, and I don't fucking need them.
They think it's like Godzilla. You just make the sequel to the first one every time, right? Except most of those movies are at least good.
But you can do that with Godzilla.
I know, yeah.
Because he's a giant fucking not real thing, right? Leatherface is a man.
Right.
Somebody said Fede Alvarez, a sliver of hope. Serge said that. I'm sorry. Dude, I gotta tell you, I'm not really a fan, and I don't like the Evil Dead remake, and I don't think it has such a troubled production from what I've been reading, where like the original people who were working on it left the project and then were fired or whatever when there was like big changes to the script that were changed, and they were like, what the fuck, this isn't even the movie we were gonna make, and now it's something totally different, which seems to be a fucking cash in on Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, and it's just like, I don't fucking need 75-year-old motherfucking Leatherface busting a hole in his wall, getting out his fucking chainsaw, just like Michael Myers with his old fucking mask. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So is
with
that what it
shit.
is? Because I, to be perfectly honest, I just didn't even bother watching this trailer because I already know it's not going to be good.
I went on this side tangent. I was trying to compare it to Ghostbusters, but my point was, hold on. All right, I guess I'll just say, let me answer your question.
Point,
let me answer your question. Yeah, apparently, like, it's Leatherface. I don't know for a fact, but the way that they're pitching it is that it's 2022. Leatherface is fucking 75 fucking years old, and he's been in hiding like he's fucking.
What is this, One Piece where you lived 100 and you're still like a fucking monster? Like, this is not reality. I know it's still a movie. It's a Texas Chainsaw, but like, what are you talking about?
He's a fucking grandpa. He's Grandpa Man now. He's not killing anybody. But here's the thing. Like, I was reading that like it's like, well, after the events in 1974, he went into hiding, and it's like, did anybody watch the original fucking movie?
It ends with the cops and he comes out of the fucking shadows. Did nobody remember that scene? It's the last scene in the movie.
No. Hold on a second.
Am I wrong? Is that what happens?
In which?
The original.
No, that doesn't happen. It just ends with him fucking spinning the chainsaw.
What am I thinking about? The remake, maybe?
The remake.
Okay. My bad.
With the
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
No, it's fine. But my point there is that, like, why do, like he's 75 fucking years old. Like,
poor Gunner.
Yeah, but that's what it was. You know, he's like a simpleton, right? He's like a big giant fucking psychopath,
more or less, yeah.
Who doesn't like he's like a child. He's got like the mind of a
split
child.
Personality disorder on
Not
top.
a split. Well,
He's got that thing with the mask.
He's got an identity crisis.
Okay,
going
okay,
on.
yeah,
I would agree, but he's like, if you've seen the first and second movie, he's just like a big kid.
Yeah.
Basically,
oh yeah.
Right.
Especially in that second.
So
one.
the idea of him being like, after the events of 1974, I believe I will go into hiding now. I'll hide my chainsaw in the wall, and I'll live the straight and narrow. I'll go get a job at the butcher shop down the street. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is he Hannibal Lecter? Like, no. He would just be like, I'm gonna go, you know what I mean? Like, he would just go fucking feral if nobody was there to, like, beat him and take care of him, quote unquote.
I mean, to bring it back down to, around to Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's like, is him pulling the chainsaw out of the wall? Is that like Egon putting the trap into the floor? Is that the comparison?
So now let's bring it back around to Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is something that I don't know if we needed to revisit.
I would agree.
It's nice. What they did with Afterlife was nice and kind of sweet and like kind of like a here it is if you want it, and it's like a love letter basically to the series.
Yeah,
right. That's what it is. I don't think it needs a sequel. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
I would say not a direct sequel, and
no.
Maybe we get that Ghostbusters Inc. idea that we talk about a little bit on that Afterlife review.
Well, Jason Reitman keeps talking about Vigo, and I'm just like, can you just shut up? I don't need it. But anyway.
If we weren't doing a live show, this is the point when I just exit the frame of the camera. Because that's when you lose me.
Yeah, because I just don't need it. Like, it was this nice sweet thing.
Vigo's fucking destroyed at the end of anyway.
Well, yeah, right. And like definitively.
Right.
And then the painting turns into the fucking, the Ghostbusters. So he's gone. There's no reason for him to come back. Go listen to that Ripe review and we'll talk about Gozer. Anyway, excuse me, live stream burp. I don't think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre needs that. And if you're gonna do a fucking sequel to the first movie, why not make it take place like, I don't know, right after the first one in 1974?
Period piece. Yeah.
Just make the fucking period piece and just do it that way if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, like the girl, she gets, taken back into town. She tells everybody there's this fucking maniac that killed all my friends, and they come in and he's like butchering the police officers and shit.
There's a fun fucking story there. You know what I mean? Or if like it finally,
it's not like the whole family died either.
We can go into it. Like I don't want to turn this into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre live show, but like we can talk about that at a different time for sure. But just real quick, it would have been interesting if like there was a new set of psychopaths, and which we've done, which we've seen before, which we've seen. Yeah, but which we've seen before. But like put Leatherface, take him totally out of the equation, and except for make him Grandpa. The way Grandpa is presented in the original. I was talking to one of our friends on Instagram about it today. That would be something I'd be like, okay. And like, you're really scaring the shit out of me because it's going to Netflix. And I'm like, all right.
A year ago, who really cares? But now that they're opening theaters again, I agree. And Rebecca, you're right. It's like, they don't need a prequel either. I mean, I didn't, on the remake, I don't think it's great, but like the prequel to the remake was also kind of okay. But like in the context of the main timeline, let's call it, of the original first two films.
Sure.
You don't need it.
No. And there's already another. Texas Chainsaw 3D was a direct sequel to the first one with Old Man Leatherface already. So we already have one with fucking Old Man Leatherface, and it was shit garbage.
Well, they're trying to make it better, Joe. They're going to take their stab at it. It's going to be an improvement, obviously.
Don't fucking bother. Just leave it alone. Like, fine, you want the IP, fine. Like, it's also odd to me because it's already been rebooted. And it already has sequels to the reboot and prequels to the reboot, which is just fucking insane to me. I don't know. It's a weird series. An enigma of a series. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Victor, you have a good point there, though, before we move on. If they do another Ghostbusters movie, it should be in a haunted house. And how about this?
Oh.
Let's put them in Whole House. I don't know who the Ghostbusters are. Again, I mused during our commentary track for patrons. If you saw that, $5 and $10 tiers, Movie Dumpster, or patreon.com/Movie Dumpster.
Thank you for that.
Lindsay Jones, bring her back. The rest can fucking stay. Or Leslie Jones, excuse me, and maybe she's like in charge of these new Ghostbusters.
Oh man, she has to fight Amelia Kincaid. Yeah.
Well, and they keep getting killed. You got fucking, you got Linnea's there. I don't know.
She owns the house. She's the owner of Whole House. So she's like, I want to.
Leslie Jones like, clear this fucking place out, please.
I want to fix it up into a bed and breakfast, Whole House, right? And then who are you gonna call, right?
Somebody else, apparently.
Somebody else, not the original Ghostbusters again. We did it. It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
But you can go to Whole House and Ghostbusters v Night of the Demons. That's fine with me. I'd watch that shit.
That doesn't really line up. I don't know. Were they catching demons? I don't know. I know they did that on the cartoon a couple times. But,
oh yeah, but the cartoon's great. They dealt with all kinds of shit.
Speaking about the cartoon.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
I'm down too, just a little bit. We mentioned this, I think, on the second mini we did for that, but we didn't have a main episode, if you want to call it that.
No, it was a weird month.
Well, because we did the watch-alongs. We were kind of like, well, we don't want to just review 1 and 2 because it's like, what can we really say? We both like them.
We love those movies. And it was one of those things where it's like, well, instead of talking about the movie and breaking it down
because it would be nitpicks at that point.
It would be nitpicks, but it's also one of those things where it's like, Ghostbusters is one of those things that we wanted to celebrate with everybody, and it was like, it was a no-brainer to be like, okay, let's watch Ghostbusters 1 and 2 with everybody and have a good time, and it was a really good time.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool because usually we do those watch-alongs on Patreon for a multitude of reasons. One, mainly because it's like bonus content for people that are part of the Patreon, but two, it's also because it's just like we're streaming movies more or less.
Yeah,
and it's like
and you can't do that.
Yeah, you got to be super careful.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, knock on wood. Twitch has been pretty good about that. They've blocked some music occasionally, but they haven't really taken us down in any capacity. Again, knock on freaking wood. But
well, they blocked the music because it was like uninterrupted, just music.
Yeah,
but I think the way that we present it kind of aids what we're trying to do.
Agreed.
But again, we've all seen the fucking movies. You're coming to hang out and hear us talk about it.
Much like this, it's like an added bonus. But we wanted to share that with everybody. And similarly, we started doing our minisodes again over on Patreon. We did the 2 in Halloween, or during Trick or Trash, the Stevel and the Alf Halloween specials.
Yeah. Yep.
But we were figured, okay, let's do a couple of minis for Ghostbusters month, but let's do them on the main feed. So we did those 2 that are associated with the actual film, Take 2 and Citizen Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't listened to them yet, after this, check them out.
Yeah, they're short, they're easy, they're easy,
20 minutes
beautiful.
And change a piece.
Yeah.
One tells the origin of Slimer on the cartoon.
Like, you need to fucking know that. And it doesn't even give you a fucking definitive answer. But anyway.
I mean, you're more so there to hear Peter talk about how the old suits got possessed, to be honest.
Yeah, they go heavy on like the Gozer lore and stuff like that. Well, Gozer's part of it again because they have like Stay Puft Marshmallow on them.
Yes, in the context of real Ghostbusters. And just speaking about real Ghostbusters in particular, I mean, again, you can kind of hear what we had to say about that on those shows, but it was kind of fun going back to that. And I mean, we've been talking about it on and off for a couple of years. And if you've been a long-time listener to the show, you know I've made, Joe himself has made some jokes too about diving into the dumpster. Oh, yeah. I think Pluto Nash was one of the ones I was with the Egon Spangler containment unit suit on, that big white thing that he wears in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And putting those movies deep. Pluto Nash, House of the Dead. You know the ones.
Your favorites. Yeah,
obviously, putting them down there with Sam Hain and all the other ghosts and ghoulies.
Yeah, I love how just real quick, I love how Sam Hain like has his own little island that he sits on. In the fucking containment unit, he's like, "I'm sitting on my island waiting to get out again." Like, that's the embodiment of fucking Halloween in the containment.
Victor, I mean, we talk about Extreme Ghostbusters a little bit in one of those episodes, and I mean, this isn't any kind of commitment whatsoever, because me and Joe were just talking very, very loosely that if they do another Ghostbusters, maybe that's where we pull the trigger on Extreme Ghostbusters episode. But if between now and then we're just like, fuck it, because I have a couple choice episodes in the back of my head. Like, there's one where there's like these clown ghosts that turn the Eduardo, who's basically like your Venkman stand-in, into like a ghost clown thing, which is a pretty fun episode. And then the one I always go back to, that I think I've mentioned on the show before, where Egon or Janine gets possessed and Egon's like trying to butter her up and he's like, "Give me some sugar, baby." Oh, yeah. So there's some banger episodes for sure. Now, I really like the art style on that show quite a bit.
I don't really. I know I watched it. I just don't really remember it that well.
Fair.
So I'm looking forward to going back.
But I'm with you, Joe. I definitely remember a lot more of that original series.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Um,
What did I want to see here? Oh, Ken Smith said, put them in the Haunted Mansion with Muppets.
the actual Haunted Mansion?
Yeah,
the Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, dude, if y'all haven't seen the Muppets Haunted Mansion special, check it the fuck out. It was great. That was a great little Halloween treat, and I think that was the first...
what was that, a Disney Plus joint?
Yeah, it was the first Halloween-themed Muppets movie that they ever did, so it was fun, and like Gonzo is not scared of anything, but then you find out what he's scared of. It's really fucking good.
Okay.
And Will Arnett is in it. He's
like as himself?
No, as this magician who like owns the Haunted Mansion, and like basically it's Pepe the prawn and Gonzo, and they go to this fucking Haunted Mansion because they're invited to go.
Yeah.
And they have to like basically solve the riddle of the mansion, or overcome the mansion, rather.
Oh man,
it's really good.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of like Haunted Mansion stuff from Disney, but like with Muppets inserted into it. It's
I mean, talking Muppets, it's making me want to watch the damn the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh,
that
dude,
is a banger.
It's coming. We watch it every year. Oh my god, somebody's putting out that on vinyl this year. We got to pick it up.
The soundtrack?
Yeah,
it's got a lot of good songs, and I'm not a big musical guy, but that movie has I mean, Christmas Carol has some great songs. Every version that has music, at least.
Yeah, but
Michael Caine's great in that. Obviously, as Scrooge.
It's escaping me right now who composed all that. He's in... Fuck, man. I can't believe that that's like...
I don't think anybody's going to hold it against you, though.
I know, but it's a bummer because I know the fucking name. Anyway, he plays Swan in Phantom of the Paradise. He's like a prolific songwriter. He was on the Muppets all the time.
Frank Zappa.
No, not Frank Zappa. And he did... he looks like Dr. Zaius. Paul Williams.
Okay.
He does the whole soundtrack for Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay.
That's the best fucking Muppet movie ever, in my opinion.
It might be. I kind of like the original Muppet movie a lot.
Oh, it's great.
I really like the one with Jason Segel they put out about 10 years ago.
That was such a great, like, modern, like, Muppet take.
But you're right. The Christmas Carol one is just really good.
It's just so... I don't want to say nostalgic. I want to say that it's like...
It's really well done for like a Muppet movie.
It's just like
Christmas Carol.
It's super well done. There's a lot of good memories wrapped around that, and it's very special to my wife and I. And we watch it and cry like babies. It's a great fucking... It's probably one of the best interpretations of the story like ever made.
Let's hold that thought, because I feel like this is a conversation we're going to have in January when we do our end of year wrap up, going over all the Christmas stuff. Serge says in the chat, Sean, you better develop an affinity for Paul Williams' music. Wink. I got no problem with the guy whatsoever, but
dude. We got to do Phantom of the Paradise. We have to do it. The fucking mask is hanging up over there. I was in for Halloween one year. It's a really great flick. And I don't think we have done any De Palma on this show yet, so we should do it.
All these words are new to me. I know the Phantom of the Paradise. I'm not that ignorant. I know that the one guy from Berserk's mask is based on it.
It's a musical, but it's not the way you think it is.
Right.
But anyway.
Is there anything else we want to talk about that we covered in November?
I don't know.
We had the commentary track. We kind of talked about that a little bit. If you're a patron, that's
did you guys enjoy that? Who listened to it?
I know a couple people did. I saw some comments.
Yeah.
I was listening to it a little bit on the car on the way over. You can't get me to put it back on. Personally,
I love that he's listening to the fucking commentary track, but not watching it with the movie. Just listening to it.
You know what's kind of funny? Joe says in the beginning of that commentary track, "This is the only time we're watching it." And I'm sitting there, like, listening back to it in the car, like, you know what's funny? He had to watch this fucking thing twice because he had to edit the damn audio for the commentary track.
I cut out some stuff, too, because there was so much of me going, like, sighing.
Oh, yeah.
And just, like, why? And it was just...
The extended cut, too, guys.
The extended fucking cut. Go all in, go big or go home, right? I guess.
Yeah. But... I don't know. I don't think I have anything else beyond that I want to add.
I just had a great time this month. Like, it was so much fun doing all the Ghostbusters stuff. Like, I've never thought.
Oh, we drank some old Ecto Cooler too. If you haven't seen that video,
we drank that old fucking Ecto Cooler. Head over to YouTube, our YouTube channel, like, subscribe.
Try not to throw up. We almost did. I almost did. Maybe I shouldn't speak for Joe on that one.
Well, I didn't throw up.
Almost.
Oh, no,
It was disgusting.
It tasted fine. It just looked gross. Ken Smith said, my last line that summed up the movie perfectly was when I said, fuck you at the end of the movie. I think that was after Leslie Jones says, I heard a voice say Zool. And then I said, fuck you.
Hey, Rebecca, you're allowed to enjoy 2016. I think we have said that many times on this show that if you like a movie that we don't, or vice versa, like no hard feelings. Like,
look,
we have our opinions, you have yours.
Yeah.
We just hope that we can agree to disagree on some of these things. Like, we always bust a friend of the show, Rudy Reel's balls.
Yes.
That he loves Pluto Nash, and we hate that fucking movie.
just remember, they're just movies. I love movies. I love movies.
Yeah.
Okay? Especially bad ones, and I get it. And if you like something that I don't like, that's okay. That doesn't mean that it's bad because I don't like it. Or I say that it sucks. Like, that doesn't mean shit. If you like it, that's fine. Always stick by that. I hate when people like get upset when somebody's like, that movie sucks.
And then they flip their opinion.
And then they flip their opinion because it's like, don't listen. Listen to the show. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself, or Sean's word. Don't take Sean's word for it. Find out for yourself. Watch the fucking movie and you make the call.
Yeah, exactly.
Answer the call.
Answer the call. Answer the goddamn call. Yeah, I mean, Ryder Huey. I mean, listen to the commentary track. I don't want to dwell on this too much. There's definitely parts of that movie I was laughing. Like, don't get me wrong.
I laughed
especially in the first like half hour. I feel like there was a good handful of jokes, and then it kind of lost me.
I laughed a couple times, and then it was just.
And then, I was listening to it in the car. It seemed like you were in pain, to be honest. I feel like I was a lot less harsh on it than you.
I had also just got my booster shot the day before. So I like drank a fucking energy drink and like took some medicine to like feel a little bit better. Yeah. And it was like not the motherfucking chicken soup I needed. You know what I'm saying?
And then you had to edit it.
And then but that was fun to do it. Because we had some funny back and forths in that I enjoyed. But yeah.
I'm looking at what we got planned here for next month. I've been staring at what you got to show the people here for almost a little over an hour now.
So let me just cap that off. Like, we had such a great time doing the Ghostbusters month, and it was like it's such a special thing to Sean and I. And it was
a unique event month.
It was a unique event month. It was stuff that we really never had done before in the way that we did it, because we didn't even release a fucking episode really this month.
Right. Well, we had the
two mini episodes and a ripe, like, short boys. Like, it wasn't, it was definitely
our usual hour to 2 hour.
Like
typical.
two or three 2 hour fucking bangers. But like, it was just something that like we've been waiting to do, and like it was just everything fucking lined up perfectly, and it was just like, all right, we're gonna go in for Ghostbusters and go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
And we did, and it was great. And thank you guys for hanging in there and checking everything out and enjoying all the content and stuff. And again, don't forget, we still have one more banger for you tomorrow.
Oh my God,
a video for you. We're very excited to show you.
And just to beat that horse one last time, if you did miss those watch-alongs and you want to check them out, just head over to patreon.com/movie dumpster for $5 or $10 tiers, and you can watch those and all the other ones we've done all year.
Yeah, and if you're not signed up, not to shill too hard, but like, you get access to every fucking commentary track and watch-along that we've ever done. Like, you get the whole back catalog. It's not just new
and those minis. I mean, outside of Franken-Turkey, which I think we gave to everybody as kind of like a tease.
Dude, we're talking like, I don't know even how many hours
30
worth of content
shows at least. So do the math on the hours.
Yeah, like, that's a lot of fucking content, and
we got a lot more.
You can get it for a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
let's. What's that sound? You hear that?
Sounds like hooves on the roof.
Sounds like jingle bells.
Jingle bells off in the distance.
Smells like cigarette smoke and house elf.
Oh, Sean, have you been a good boy this year?
Dobby is very afraid. Dobby's not happy right now.
Hey, little elfin Hooten, just hang on a second. We're going to talk about trashing through the snow 2021.
Yeah. Now I got to work on my Dobby. It's been a hot minute, but I think that was fairly close to what I am used to doing.
So, okay. So we had a hell of a month for November, very involved month. So, I don't want you guys to be disappointed, because we're not doing like how we do like a full blown, last year we did like a full blown Dobby and Haggerty holiday special that like kind of went with for our promos for Trashing the Snow. It's not gonna be like, it's gonna be more like Trick or Trash this year, as far as the promos go. And I just wanted to say that because I really, we really appreciate you guys, and we love to do that. It's just not in the cards this year, put it that way. But we are doing the event, and we're going to have a hell of a good time for sure.
And we do have ideas for next year without, saying anything.
Oh,
It's a whole, ways away. But we have a lot of ideas that are going to, in theory, blow your fucking socks off.
Oh,
but,
totally.
We hope you like what we have planned for the rest of December.
In a simpler way, November was the big month this year, and then December is going to be good, but not as big. Put it that way.
Sure. And if you somehow haven't seen that video, I know, I feel like most of you probably have. Do yourself a favor and look at that ridiculous nonsense we put out last year over on YouTube.
It's Haggerty the Blue. For the uninitiated that are that don't know what the MDU is. I mean, I would assume you do if you're watching us fucking talk about this shit. Haggerty the Blue is Dan Haggerty, and he's the Blue Wizard of the MDU.
Yes.
And he filled in for Santa Claus last year with Dobby the House Elf.
That he just hates and is constantly killing
and
resurrecting. And it's torture for Dobby, but he's got to do what he's got to do. He hasn't gotten that sock yet, folks. Not in this universe.
He'll never get it if Charnetsky has his way.
Oh, hell no.
But yeah, so yeah, Trick or Trash, Jesus Christ. Trashing the Snow is upon us. And we got some good shit coming up.
Oh, yeah.
We got some good guests. We have some great movies that we're going to be talking about. We're going to have a fucking banger prize pack like we always do.
Speaking of, after this, get ready for us
to
pull the winner for this Ghostbusters prize
pack.
Yeah,
people that have been hanging out, like, when are they going to fucking talk about the winner? I'm like, we will. We do it at the end. You got to watch the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Or find out tomorrow. I mean, no, stay, watch. But yeah, you want to talk about these movies that we're doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I don't know what order we should go in. I guess we can talk about this one first.
It doesn't necessarily have to be release order. It could just be order of whatever you choose.
We'll talk about this one first. So, last year, with the great, wonderful David Ione, we did Jack Frost. The Killer Snowman movie, not the Michael Keaton movie.
Which might also be a horror movie, I would argue.
I think it is. Playing that fucking harmonica,
I mean, the man dying in a blizzard and then coming back as an inanimate, animate snowman.
Oh, yeah, an anthropomorphic snowman.
Yeah.
So, I guess snowmen are anthropomorphic to begin with. Anyway.
Yeah, I tried to save that joke, and I was hoping you didn't notice, but.
So what are we doing this year? Well, we're doing Jack Frost 2.
I love that when you pulled that up, you just saw those stupid ass sunglasses on his forehead.
Lenticular fucking nicety. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Gotta love that shit. Oh, you can't see it on the podcast, the audio version, but it's the lenticular VHS cover of Jack Frost 2. The Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman.
Of course he needs revenge after being, tackled off a building, if I recall correctly.
Into a bunch of antifreeze.
Yeah, in antifreeze in the bed of a truck.
So, the awesome Tony from Hack the Movies will be joining us for that episode for Jack Frost 2. He loves that movie so much.
He is the reason we are doing this, because I think we even said on that episode, we are never doing it. We have no reason to do it. And he was like, hey, you guys want to do Jack Frost 2? And we're like, all right.
So the reason I don't like Jack Frost 2 is because it has no bite that the first one does, right? So it's still silly and goofy and campy without all the gore and stuff. And then Tony was like, what are you talking about? It's full of gore. And I'm like, no. Come to find out, the VHS version that I've seen all these fucking years is cut. It's a cut version of the fucking movie. So we're going to be watching the Blu-ray. And I believe Vestron Video Blu-ray or the Vestron Video Blue is putting out Jack Frost 2, and there's a commentary track with Tony from Act the Movies on that fucking Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Jack Frost 2, and I'm excited because I'm excited to see the cut that I was deprived of.
I am just interested to see how the fuck this snowman comes back and then somehow makes his way to Hawaii. If I'm not mistaken,
It's interesting.
I've never seen it. Put it that way. So that's enough for me to be interested.
It's fucking dumb, but this one looks like it's shot on video.
Okay.
So put it that way. The budget is A lot less than the first one, but
No Shannon Elizabeth.
no Shannon Elizabeth, no. So, next up, we have... Now, I've been talking about this since the first season. If y'all are with me, we... I believe we talked about it on...
It might have been Christmas That Almost
Christmas That Almost Wasn't. I talked about this movie, and it's a French... Excuse me, live stream, bro. It's a French Christmas movie that I found this movie...
Oh, it's French.
It's French, yeah.
Okay.
I found this movie in a Goodwill looking for tapes, and I had never seen it before, and not recently. Like, I had this movie for years, and I thought it was something else. I thought it was the John Lithgow Santa movie, which is over there. We have it, but yeah, this is a French movie that's dubbed, and it's called Here Comes Santa Claus. All right, and what this is about is this little kid wants his parents to come home from Christmas because they're on an African expedition. So they're like, it's like Hey Arnold almost, where like, my parents are left on an expedition and they died or whatever. Santa, can you bring them back? So he travels to the North Pole to ask Santa Claus if he can bring his parents back. And they run into the Christmas ogre or some shit. It is fucking wacky. There's a lot of singing in this one, and it's all dubbed, so it should be a fucking hoot and a holler. But yeah, looking forward to this one as well.
Yeah. Here's my question: do they know Prune, Loon, June?
They
Moon?
might. Again, I talked about the Great British Baking Show before. There was a guy in the latest season called, his name was Giuseppe, really sweet Italian guy, but he is fucking what's his face? The head elf.
Oh, in that movie? In Christmas That Almost Wasn't?
No, he's not actually the guy.
Oh, he looks like
But
him.
he might as well be,
okay,
dude.
yeah,
Like, Brune, Jonathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Apricot!
No, Brune! Anyway, it was cracking me up. If you've seen it, it's funny as shit. And then our last movie to round out our Trashing the Snow is the classic, Don't Open Till Christmas. Somebody's killing a bunch of Santa Clauses. Who could it be?
Is it Charnetsky?
It might be. It might be Dobby. It might be...
Imagine Dobby's Revenge!
Which one of you is Haggerty the Blue?
Oh my god. Gonna have to keep that in the back of my mind while we do the recording.
Takes place in London. And that's all I'm gonna say. And there's somebody killing Santa Clauses, and then we'll talk about it. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, there's your sneak peek at the Trashing Through the Snow lineup. And of course, we're gonna have an awesome giveaway and stuff like that. And our special watch along for Patreon is going to be a Christmas holiday special where we're going to do an amalgamation of things. It's not going to be just one movie, guys. So you're going to have, there's going to be a couple, there's going to be a few holiday treats, if you will, in there. And make sure you wear your ugly sweaters because we will. And again, $5 or $10 on that Patreon tier, and we'll get down with some Christmas stuff.
And I think we have correct me if I'm wrong on this, but we have one other Patreon thing planned, if I'm not mistaken, that's related to something we're wearing. That's Christmas themed.
Oh, that's right. We'll have a mini-sode of the Ghostbusters Christmas Carol episode.
Yeah, which is in fact the episode that I was referencing earlier when Egon goes into the containment unit. I said that in the weirdest way possible.
Containment.
Yeah.
That's entertainment.
So that will be a Patreon episode. So you got a little sneak peek of the real Ghostbusters last month, but this one will be a Patreon episode.
Figured we carry it over. There might be one other one, or we might wait. We don't know yet, but stay tuned.
And those mini episodes, actually, those are for all tiers, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, two 5 or 10s get the minisodes. Don't sleep on that shit because that's super cheap for all that stuff.
Less than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I would say
less than a peppermint latte at Dunkin' Donuts. I know that much because I just bought one the other day and it was like $5 bucks.
Well, there you go, man. So yeah. And if y'all have been on the Instagram or the Twitter, you know that we had a Ghostbusters giveaway. We got some good shit in there. We had an awesome poster that was made up by Dixie Delamorto Lobo. You can follow her on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cumdar.
Delamorto Lobo. Yeah.
With Frank and Turkey and GVD on the we're on the poster.
We're on the poster. Sean Connor and myself. Sean Connor and myself are on the poster as Dumpsterbusters. We're gonna take on the MDU baddies. I
almost forgot. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. Sarah just reminded me in the chat. How's it going, Sarah? My wife.
Hey!
It's Crimbus, everybody!
Oh,
it's Tim and Eric's Crimbus!
Actually, tonight isn't tonight.
It's today. Winter Man is coming. He's running through the forest. You better get your pounds of hair. You better start eating them.
That's right. It's also fucking Krampusnacht tonight, I believe.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to get that out there. I saw that in the chat. We cannot forget about Crimbus. It is the best holiday. It's right up there with Festivus for me. So
shit, man,
happy Christmas,
Crimbus. Totally forgot about that.
Oh my god, that would have been a crime. I'm sorry. Continue.
Definitely leave your shoes out for Krampus tonight. He'll fill it with candy. If you've been good. If not, he's gonna beat you with fucking reeds and throw you in the river there.
Yeah.
What the hell were we just talking about?
I'm sorry. I had to go off about Crimbus. That's fine. My fault.
You're totally fine. The second. Oh yeah. So we had the Ghostbusters giveaway. We had
the poster.
The poster that was made by Dixie Lobo. We have a Ghostbusters 2. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what year I got that in, but it's a that's from my own personal collection, folks. The Ghostbusters 2 set with all their Santa hats on. It's an action figure set with Slimer and the four guys. What else we got? We got a I Ain't Afraid of No Munchie t-shirt. I Ain't Afraid of No Munchie sticker, which will be holographic.
Oh my god, wait till you guys see this thing.
It's very cool. And then of course we have the air freshener and the sticker pack and the pin, as always. What else do we have in there? Oh, we have 2 of the surprise mini Stay Puft figures that come in like this fucking marshmallow goo shit, dude. It's cool, man. They put it out for the new movie, but you get 2 of those. You get Ghostbusters, the original 1984 film, on VHS. I think that might be it. There might be one other thing in there. Anyway, there's a lot of good shit in there. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway because the submissions are closed and we're going to pick a winner right now, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. So without further ado, let's kick it up. The Ghostbusters giveaway winner. Here we go.
Break out that pumpkin.
And the old faithful, the old Jacko pumpkin. Give that a good mix.
And everybody that didn't stick around, they're going to have to hear the replay on this bad boy.
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody. I love how nobody, like, people who don't come for the live show, and then, like, the next day they're like, who won? And I'm like, if you got a DM, you won. Okay, stick your little paw in there, and let's see what we got cooking here. Mush it around in there. Get it good. Here we go. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Make sure it's folded so we don't spoil the prize.
You got one? You got just one?
Feels like it.
Okay.
Feels like a fortune cookie note. So
there you go.
That's one.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The winner of the Ghostbusters prize pack for November is Emboth the Collector.
I don't know. You were doing it, so I did it.
It sounds like a fucking Ghostbusters
villain.
Oh my
god. Yeah, this person has definitely got their own containment unit that they're going to put this prize pack into.
Congratulations, Emboth the Collector.
And we hope we're saying that correctly.
I believe so. It looks like it.
I like that name.
That's the way it's typed.
Emboth. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, we got our prize winner. We talked a little bit about trashing through the snow. Is there anything else you want to talk about? A little something?
I think I'm good for the moment. I think anything else I have to say, I'll either say on the show or on our next live show.
Oh, yeah. So again, as always, thank you so much for all your support. Really, thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Sunday night. We know it gets a little late. It's 9:30, but we really appreciate it. Stay tuned for Trashing Through the Snow and all those great fucking movies and all that content that's coming out. Thank you so much for
and some more Talks from the Dark Side in some capacity.
Yeah, we're gonna have some more talks. It's coming back, we promise. Talks from the Dark Side is coming back, we promise. We appreciate you listening and supporting the show on Patreon and stuff, and any way that you support us, whether that be like a review or what have you. Like, thank you so much, and it lets us do the things that we do, and we're glad that you enjoy them so much.
Yeah.
I wanted to say one other thing, and I totally forgot. No, I don't know. Fuck it.
Good night, Ollie.
Gone. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. We're glad you enjoyed the Ghostbusters month. And again, stay tuned tomorrow for that last video, that wrap up video. It's going to be a good one. And we will catch you well, it's already December, but we'll catch you probably starting next week. Stay tuned. Everything's coming. All the good stuff's coming. And again, thank you all for everything that you do and hanging out and supporting the show. And we really appreciate it. Good night, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next live show.
Good night.
See ya.